But I still think a similar run like that is how we're going to end up winning it. So we go for it again. We get either sap or dazed to start. Ideally we get some form of AoE, but we see what we get in the end. And we need to avoid getting units. So anything that's not units is good for us. Especially imps. Drain, I don't love Drain. I would much rather get the AoE sap. This might be a better setup. We're not worried about the sap too much because we're really relying on frostbite stacks, and you have enough damage that the sap isn't going to ever put you at 0. Even if Seraph comes and stacks sap over and over and over and over again, like, it's still not going to do enough sap to make our Tethys do 0 damage. So I think we're at an okay setup here. Ooh, this is really good. Split Anvil is fantastic. That means that we have a holdover 3-cost spell. We reduce everything else to 2 cost, and we don't have to worry about having offerings. We can play out our whole hand. Okay, we need... I don't think doing a spell-based -1's gonna do it for us, especially when we have Split Anvil. We don't need it. So let's do a sweep with spell weakness, and we hope that we get Frostbite as the second upgrade. And then we would do a 3rd Frostbite. Enemies appear on each floor. We have 2 AoE spells. We have a Daze if we need to put Tethys on the top floor. I guess Tethys wouldn't attack on the top floor, but we can at least get rid of one of them now. And we have the Fortify. So, how do I want to play this? Middle floor, bottom floor. Something to be said about playing on the middle floor now. It means we can take less damage. We can already get rid of 6 damage. Do we care about the extra 4? Maybe not. Doesn't mean we get a second blocker, a second train steward we can put in front. So maybe we do it like this. We do this, give you armor, take out 6 damage to our pyre, and then we can even Frenzied Swarm just to make sure we don't take any damage on the Tethys at the beginning. Do we greed here? I kind of... Oh wait, we can't greed too much. We have to kill at least one of them just to make sure Tethys doesn't die. And I think it's okay. We're only accepting 1 extra damage. And... how are we going to kill this guy? By hopefully... We're gonna get probably another Train Steward next turn. So I feel like we can do 2 up here now. 1 down here. Try to get as much damage as possible onto him. So Titan's Tooth means that we can play out the other 2 spells. We can put him below the threshold, but a torch does that. It might be better to just get 6 damage onto the boss. We're not going to be able to kill him, so let's do something like that. We should be able to get a little bit of spell weakness on him. And... I mean, Frozen Lance is not doing that much less than a Titan's Tooth in terms of damage, so I think we... Frozen Lance... Ooh, Train Steward does 5 damage. Potentially more if we get armor on him or dazed. So the fact that we could potentially get more damage, I think, is worth playing him up here over doing another spell. We did get the daze. Oh, we'll take another 5. Not an ideal trade. We ended up taking 14 damage for 75 coins. Flash Freeze is pretty good. Drain's not great. Helical Crystallis is also pretty good. It also enables a lot of one-cost spells being free. And we get to play it for free if we play out Titan's Tooth in the same turn. It's whether we think we need Burst or whether we think we need Frostbite. I tend to lean toward Frostbite because ideally we get, like we did last time with Ancient Synergy. I'm still not convinced of Ritual of Battle. The one thing that is going for it is now it makes all of our other spells free. And maybe that changes it. We'll try it again, but as I said, I'm not 100% convinced. Upgrade spells again, and we're good. Double stack onto Frenzied Swarm seems okay. Hey, Jorgazu. Congratulations, man. We're growing peppers in our garden as well. Not Carolina Reapers, but ones that my wife can handle. Alright, what do we want here? I'm tempted to just get the Frenzied Swarm now for 2 days. Alternatively, we double stack here. Yeah, I'm really fishing that we're going to end up getting Ancient Synergy, but you're right, Helical Crystals is great. You upgrade its damage, and you're doing 70 damage times whatever spell weakness you can put onto them. 20 Frostbite's really good. 2 Dazed is really good. What's better? I think probably we'll do the Daze. It's better for bosses. Extra damage onto probably Titan's Tooth. A little bit more bursty. And -1 cost. Make Frenzied Swarm free. I'd rather just have, honestly, I don't really want to make many of these cheaper. Having one of these be 2 cost means I could play out both in the same turn. And the 2 cost version would still take advantage of Ritual of Battle. I almost want, I think I'd get holdover on one of them and make one of them cheaper. I'm really tempted to already get rid of a Train Steward, but they're pretty good up until later fights, like Bell, because you still want something to block for you. You are going to grant more spikes, so we're going to take spikes damage no matter what. How likely are we to keep Tethys alive? This is the problem. This guy's the problem. I almost think we go for it with the expectation that we clear things with spells, and we stack armor onto Tethys. We play middle floor. Might be suicide, but I think getting the coins will really help us out, and hopefully we can just stack. First we need to remove you. Only having one unit in front of Tethys is also not great, but okay, so we have them dazed once they get up here as well. Titan's Tooth, the bottom. Makes all of our spells free. And then kill this backliner. We put armor onto Tethys to keep her alive. And I still think we breed. I don't know that we can kill this unit here. Put a train steward on the bottom. I don't think we can stop this from happening. So we will take 3 fire damage from the spikes. And we just stack extra damage onto that unit. The Tethys currently survives 1 hit. Torch the backliner. This is going to be really hard. Because Tethys does sweep, which is good. And Train Steward does 5, this does 6. We a Ritual of Battle. Titans 2. Didn't put us at a damage threshold, unfortunately. But we did get a lot of Frostbite stacked onto the boss. We'll get even more, and we can stun him. Which means he'll take 25 now, he'll take 45 after. We'll take 6 damage. Not awful. 6 damage for 75 coins, or 9 damage because the other guy got up to the top, that's right. Now the AoE seems quite important. Being able to do Ice Tornado means if we upgrade it by 10, we'll likely get multiple stacks of spell weakness on the boss, and then we can Ice Tornado to do, 180 to 270 damage. Maybe even more, depending on how much we can stack spell weakness onto the bosses. And it's just great AoE in general. We don't descend, we don't take any of those. We want to get it to 2 cost, again, so that our 3 costs can make it free. Yeah, we'll go this route, we'll take the coins, and what can we upgrade? Hold over onto our 3 cost Titan's Tooth, and then if we get everything else 2 cost, we guarantee that we can just stack Titan's Tooth on all units. And I think here we want Ice Tornado to be 2 cost with 10 extra magic power. And what do we get? We can remove Consume from nothing, because nothing consumes. Ritual of Battle making it 2 cost. Adding 10 magic damage to the other Titan's Tooth. For burst seems okay. So I think we've got a pretty good setup now. And we will save coins still. Oh, do we want more coins? I don't think it's worth. We don't need 25 coins that bad. This Daedalus fight should go better because we will be able to play out our whole hand almost every turn. Just not, we're not always able to play Train Stewards. Bombs exploding twice could be a problem, but I think it should be pretty easy for us to get rid of. Bombs. Let's play Tethys middle floor because we want the spell weakness to, and then follow up the spell weakness with a big damage spell. And I would like to breed for some frostbite early on. Daedalus. think we do it like this. Get more frostbite stacked onto Daedalus, and we can Frozen Lance to reduce the damage onto our train steward. Oh, fantastic. More frostbite, please. Great. So then we can start stacking armor onto Tethys. And just put some incidental damage on these guys. Probably on the back unit would have been better, but it's fine. Titan's Tooth. Extra armor. You're a problem. And Frozen Lance. You're less of a problem. Rage is great. Torch you. I think we can kill you, and I would rather get more frostbite onto Daedalus. Yeah, it's pretty easy to kill you on the next floor. Or we honestly we just take 2 damage. Better to just stack all the frostbite onto Daedalus. That way we don't take 9 damage. This kills him. Cool. So we made it through Daedalus. Ancient Synergy. See? That's why you don't take. No, I'm kidding. That's why you don't take it. No. I mean, that's super lucky that we got it, but will definitely help. And now we minus cost and holdover, and we can take all the spells. Then we get a massive burst of damage every turn. So we need a lot of holdovers. That is something that's a little bit risky. And I think here we need the Pyre health. I'd like to do the removal now, get rid of 2 train stewards, because they actually don't help now. We have enough protection with spells and everything else. Gaining 7 energy on our Ember on the first, honestly, I'd almost consider skipping, but there are some cases where having the extra Ember might be beneficial. Didn't get Frostbite. That's a little bit of a problem, but we take extra spell weakness. Maybe a spell weakness can work, but really would have liked. Okay, this is a little bit risky. I don't think we take it. We don't have that good of burst right now, or at least not consistent burst. Play Tethys on the bottom floor, Titan's Tooth, Flash Freeze. We can play the Train Steward out, I guess one. Good use. We will be able to Frenzied Swarm, so here I think we can justify picking off one of those units. We want the holdover Titan's Tooth. Rage, Fortify, and I start to kill this unit. Titan's Tooth. I assume we'll get better. I'm assuming we'll get a better spell to kill off the unit with. Yeah, that kills him. Then we can play this here. And you're dead. So Ancient Synergy or Titan's Tooth? I think it's Titan's Tooth. Well, hold on though. Let's think about this. Titan's Tooth, adding 10 Frostbite now. 10 Frostbite. I mean, the fact that we can keep playing it over and over again is reason enough, I think. Because by the end, that's 30 Frostbite by the time it reaches the top. Ancient Synergy is going to do an instant 100, almost 120 damage. But I think that's kind of hard. 120 damage now. or $15 damage per floor plus all of the frostbite stacks. So that'd be 10, 20, 30. It's actually pretty close, a lot closer than you would think. What are we gonna get next? Probably we'll get the days before the end, no matter what. Ice tornadoes coming up. Maybe it's better to just do a big burst. It's hard. This does mean we put a lot more damage on him per hit against the pyre. We can still do it on this. Does a lot, and Frenzy Swarm means we take one less hit on our pyre. So we took a little bit of damage, but I don't think it was avoidable. Now Permafrost. Permafrost is interesting. Being able to hold a card for when we want it. What would we use it on? And it's a free spell. Drain is pretty good. The only issue with Drain is that it discards, but we can always play it as the last card and stack Sap onto Seraph every turn until the end. That's actually pretty appealing, and as well for bosses, we can play on the middle floor and get some Sap stacks before. Yeah, I think that's quite good. Inflame is pretty good. Imp in a Box gives us jump blockers, but extra armor. And the rage becomes more important now that we have sweep and we don't have frostbite. I'm taking a lot of spells specifically because I want Ancient Synergy to be insane. And that's fine. Infused Mallet just incidentally might kill backliners for us. We have nothing that consumes, so that's really not very useful. Now we can get Ancient Synergy to be 2 cost, which means we can play at the same turns as our Titan's Tooths. Getting Bursty Frozen Lances seems pretty good. And let's reroll. Yeah, we won't hold over on Ancient Synergy, so that guarantees us an insane damage spike. I also want holdover on Frenzied Swarm, but being able to play this onto bosses guarantees 120. If we get at least one spell weakness, 240 damage. I feel like that's necessary. And then minus cost on. Do we have any other 3 costs? We don't. So I almost think we don't need a minus cost here. We can do another big Frozen Lance. Okay. So last holdover we'd want is this is going to be fun. Last holdover we want. I think we can actually do this. There's a lot of outs for us. Dazed, Titan's Tooth, Ice Tornado, Ancient Synergy. I feel like we have a lot of outs. And 150 coins is 150 coins. We'll put Tethys on the top floor. Hopefully we can put some Train Stewards down to get rid of before that can happen. What is the likelihood of that? That's like insanely low odds that we would take out 3 of them all on the same floor. 25% chance 3 times. Wow. Okay. I won't complain about it though. We can rage, get rid of 2 of them. We're pretty much guaranteed to get rid of the last one. Ancient Synergy makes everything else free. And I think Ancient Synergy here, yeah, 1 out of 125, that's pretty insane. Let's do it like this. Stack armor, those, let's reduce the damage there, get rid of damage there, and we can Frenzied Swarm them now so they don't attack our top floor. There is a little bit of anti-synergy between Daze and the Sap because they both, here, because they both discard. Yeah, that could be an issue later on. They're both dead. Ancient Synergy on you. Yeah, we need the Ancient Synergy to stay in our hand. Yeah, putting Deaths on the top actually was probably not the right call because of the spell weakness we get. But I'm just thinking with stealth, like, well, trying to increase the likelihood that we can actually do any damage to it. But it's still, might not have been the best choice there. Let's clear them out. We can take these guys off. We'll have 2 Ancient Synergies before they make it to the top. Respite. Perfect. Titans 2. Ancient Synergy kills both of them. We can increase, and now we can play out all of our hand every turn. Titans 2. Ancient Synergy. Fortify, Torch, and Sap. Titans 2. Ancient Synergy. Inflame. Fortify, Torch, and Sap. Titans 2. Ancient Synergy. Titans 2. Torch. Cool. So, that was one. Ooh, Harness the Titan? Nah, I think we still skip it. Oh, but it's so good. With Ancient Synergy, that's 15 damage every time we play it in our hand, if it's in our hand, which it would be. 15 damage there, 5 damage on Titan's Tooth. Ooh, it's really good. It's really good. We have so many holdover spells. We don't need a holdover. We just, like, if we get it, we play it. It's getting a little silly now. It's getting a little bit silly. But Inferno is so good. I think we still do it. We still get Ancient Synergy, and being able to just clear a floor is so valuable. So we do it like this. We lower the cost of Inferno. Permafrost. What do we want to Permafrost? Drain? No. Frenzied Swarm? We could Permafrost Frenzied Swarm rather than and just play it whenever we need it. We save it for the boss fight against Tethys. Seems okay. The only issue is the Sap. The Sap could discard it. That may have been a bad decision to take this. Let's start with this now. It will always be free because we'll always play it with something that does more damage. Anything we want to add 10 cost to? Probably Flash Freeze, just to get a little bit more potency. If we reroll, we can't afford any of the things that we want, so we won't reroll. Okay, you're garbage. We'll skip you. Nice try, game. And let's head into it. I mean, there is something to be said that if you get it on turn 1 and you use it with 10 Ember, you can get a huge amount of fire damage, and all your spells are free anyway, but... What are we going to do? We are going to... Tethys the middle floor, and we're going to start stacking early. Yay, big frozen lands. Armor, in flame, and we need to start breaking down probably this first floor. That was very convenient. I appreciate your willingness to come to this floor. It's really helpful for me. We can daze now. Let's keep stacking Frostbite on you. Torch. I don't think we need to. We'll have Titans kick again. Now it dies. Let's not do any more spells than we have to. Save some damage and Titan's Tooth. This potentially kills that unit. Did. Ritual battle. I don't think we play any more spells. Oh, we came down here. It's getting a little dicey. Getting really dicey. 5 armor is not enough. We're gonna lose Tethys. So what do we do instead? I think what we do instead is we start just stacking an insane amount of Frostbite. Yeah, we start stacking an insane amount of Frostbite onto Spell. We Inferno. And we Inferno these guys. He's not. He's doing a little bit of damage to us, but these guys will end up doing more. Or we just sack this floor. We're gonna get Ancient Synergy soon. Ancient Synergy kills both of them, or should. It'll at least kill one of them. Oh, I should have used the torch. That was a mistake. So we do Ancient, or we do Titan's Tooth, stack more. Frost. Ancient Synergy kills one of them. Torch this backliner. Drain you. Did take some damage. Ancient Synergy kills almost both of you. And 9 puts you at the damage threshold. You'll do 8 damage to us. And you harvest when a unit dies. So we can stack, let's see, yeah, you'll die to that. And we can like this. Alright. Thanks, dude. Ancient Synergy to prevent a lot of damage. Inferno. Oh, we for sure do this. And attack you. I'm trying to think what's better for us. I think saving this damage is going to be important. So we Inferno one of you for sure. I think we need an Ancient Synergy the other. And let's hope that we can do enough damage between the two of them. We can even daze. harness the tide. Harness the what is it? Harness the Titan. Harness the Titan. Ancient Synergy. Ice Tornado. And we save Frenzied Swarm for the last turn. Titan's Tooth. Extra Frostbite. Ancient Synergy. Frozen Lance. Torch. Frenzied Swarm will take 20 damage. That was close! I think we take Ally of the Ancients. Getting more armor, heavier armor onto Tethys is really important. Oh boy. Getting holdover on the Ancient Synergies become really valuable for us. And I think we duplicate it. I think having 2 of them is really important. I'm gonna get rid of both Train Stewards. We don't end up playing them now. And this is an insane amount of burst damage. And we get to play it for free. Now we have the Frostbite, so we can actually stack Frostbite with Tethys. I think we have it. If we... Oh, Spell Shield. Yeah, not a chance. Yeah, there's no way. I mean, we have Inferno, but, like, we can't guarantee we get it. Tethys on the middle floor. Just giving us more time. We're very lucky we can play Inferno there. We should have done that first. We need a way of keeping Tethys alive. I think we're okay. Yeah, we got the armor. We had sap. We had a lot of outs, so I wasn't super worried about it, but that was actually a mistake. We should have put that on the bottom floor, but it's fine. We can torch you. Add extra armor. I think I would like to drain, because I'm pretty certain, or sap here, I'm pretty certain that we have a good shot at getting Ancient Synergy here, which we did. And Ancient Synergy doesn't quite kill, but almost kills that whole floor. This plus Ice Tornado does kill the floor. And then we just stack everything on the bottom unit. Why is it never Nathaniel? I wish I had a more elaborate story. I just really got sick of it. A lot of people assume that if you're Nate or Nathan, that it's short for Nathaniel. And I got sick of calling it, people calling me Nathaniel my whole life. So I want to make it very clear that my name is not short for Nathaniel. It is Nathan or Nate. That's why it's never Nathaniel. A whole lifetime of people asking, "Oh, Nate, that's short for Nathaniel, right?" It's not short for Nathaniel. So that's why. Nothing so special, but clarifying things for the masses. That's what it is. Alright, I think we're good here. Ancient Synergy is just gonna blast this guy. And I'm okay accepting the extra damage onto Tethys, because we will get 2 turns of free damage on him. Yeah, I mean, look at a turn like this. Like, this is just crazy, right? Huge burst. And then at the end, we freeze him for 2 turns. And we can even Inferno him. I think we got it. I really do. Out of these, what's best? Urchin Spines? I mean, basically, we just play Urchin Spines on whatever floor Seraph is on, and we get a 300 damage Inferno, we get a massive Ancient Synergy, Getting a second Frenzied Swarm does not make sense to me. I think we take the Urchin Spines. Battering Ram. Do we stack enough armor, though? I don't know if we do. And I don't think we take Tiresome Climb. March of Shields, getting more armor onto Tethys is something. But at this point, I'm not 100% certain that we're going to be able to stack a lot of armor on Tethys. But, I mean, we're doing more than 100 damage. I don't think it's... I think we skip it. Alright, so, what do we need to finish this off? What do we need? We need... What would make this on the next level? Alloy of the Ancients, removing Consume. Yeah, but I'm more likely to play... I mean, I get it, like, we can stack more, especially on a Seraph fight where we have plenty of time. I'm more just thinking that we're going to end up using Ancient Synergy on it, because Ancient Synergy is 150 base plus spell weakness. I mean, I can have it. I can see it going either way, but I still think the Ancient Synergy is going to be how we burst in the end. I'm just trying to think what spell improvements we want. Holdover on Inferno would be great. Holdover on Harness of Titans, honestly, not that big of a deal. Removing Consume from Urchin Spines could be something. I definitely think we're going to take spells, and I don't think there's anything that we need to duplicate. So let's check out what we get here. So removing Consume, what's more valuable for us, armor or spell weakness? I mean, we are just blasting fools. If we get holdover on Urchin Spines, we can play out our Titan's Tooth, making it free. Play Urchin Spines, Ancient Synergy for 450 damage. I think it's gotta be, right? It's gotta be Urchin Spines. We don't need to lower its cost. We don't need to lower the cost of anything at this point. What to add? I guess a bigger flash freeze is okay. Let's see what we have for artifacts before we remove anything else. Frostbite, getting more stacks and not decaying is really good. Okay, so Permafrost on Urchin Spines. We can play it when we want it. I'd rather have had holdover, but let's get another Frozen Lance out. Permafrost on Inferno, save it till we need it. Because we don't always need Inferno right when we draw it. I think Urchin Spines we play every time we get it, and we just stack the hell out of Seraph. So I think instead I would save Inferno for when we need it. And then the question is, what do we get rid of? I honestly think Drain's not really doing much for us. In almost every case, I would rather just play Frenzied Swarm. So I think we get rid of Drain. I don't think it's gonna make a huge difference there. We lose it after 2 turns anyway. It does mean our Ancient Synergy does slightly less damage. I think we keep everything else. Torches are like tough. Yeah, I was thinking about that. Getting rid of 1 torch I think makes sense. Alright guys, here we go. Here we go. Sap 3. The only issue is we're going to have these dumbass times. That works. We're going to play at middle floor again. See, like right here we can play Ancient Synergy. Range. With Urchin Spines. Blast him for 144. And we already have it back. So we're not at risk of... okay. Fortify. So what do you think? Blasting him for 100 damage? Or do we start stacking already with... I think we start stacking, right? Plus we can then kill the front unit. Already got 22 Frostbite. Well, it's not exactly when we wanted to get Inferno. We will be able to Frenzied Swarm. Ancient Synergy here, Ancient Synergy here. Part of me is like, just burst him, right? For 500 damage. And then we just Frenzied Swarm. To make sure that Tethys doesn't die. We can Inferno the top floor next turn if we're at real risk. And yeah, just getting a huge burst damage on him. Seems good. Who do we want to torch? Maybe torch these two? No, they're going to die from the sweep. So we torch him. We torch you. Oh crap, we're going to lose it because of Frenzied Swarm. We have to play Frenzied Swarm. That's okay. And here we just take care of him. Can't kill the backliner. I think we still try to get some damage on him though. Where are our frost tooths? There we go. Titan's Tooth, sorry. Titan's Tooth. There we go. Okay. So we're gonna Ancient Synergy here for sure. We're barely getting through this. Harness the Titan. Armor keeps you alive. Yeah, it's not going to make a difference. So I think instead we do Ancient Synergy here. Titan's Tooth again. To continue to stack Frostbite onto Bell. Or sorry, onto Sarah. And we're in trouble. We're in trouble. Unless we can start clearing out the bottom floor before it gets to us. Yeah, so we do this. Spell Weakness kills all 3 of them, or kills both of them. That was really lucky. Are they gonna kill us? They're not, but only just. And we want to save the Spell Weakness. We'll get extra Spell Weakness on him. We'll take 1 hit from you. We'll take 1 hit from you, so we'll take 20 damage here. I don't really want to use Titan's Tooth right now. Because I want to, actually, we need to use it here in order to, let's see, so close. Okay, so we lose Tethys. Not a whole lot we can do about that at this point, so we don't sweat it. Now we start sweating it. Okay, there's no way we're going to be able to not play Titan's Tooth here, because we need to be able to kill off these units. We have double Ancient Synergy, which helps a lot. Well, hold on though. Titan's Tooth here. Ancient Synergy. Stunning you, we still take 10 damage. Ancient Synergy here. Flash Freeze. Let's see. Flash Freeze plus Frenzy Swarm should kill you. Ancient Synergy you. And we Frenzy Swarm. I don't know if we're going to be able to manage it this time, guys. Hoping for a torch. We didn't get it. Still think we Titan's Tooth here. We Inferno. It does about the same amount of damage, regardless of how we play it. But Inferno here doesn't really make a lot of sense, so we use it like this. Oh, sorry. Ice Tornado actually does better here. It's less damage. Inferno. This does slightly more damage. Inferno. Although, actually, the Inferno would have been better because it would have done overall more damage. We save Frenzy Swarm with the hope that the one extra damage, the one extra turn, keeps us alive. I don't think we did it. I think it's... Oh, it's so close. It's so close. Alright. I'm gonna redo it. Let's try it. I think we can get this first turn slightly more optimized if we Ancient Synergy and then do all the damage and then Urchin Spines. I mean, I feel like just getting this stacks on here are really good. Like, it's 21 damage plus extra damage on a Ancient Synergy. I think we still play it here. And we just keep stacking onto Sarah. These guys will die. These guys alive. I mean, we're getting lots of stacks of spell weakness already. This is a huge amount of damage. I mean, there's 1,000 damage right there. We take a lot more advantage of the very first spell weakness we get. We let this guy do his thing. None of this is going to matter. So we just damage, and Frenzy Swarm. Now that he has no spell weakness, it makes sense. We can stack, ritual battle, armor up, ancient synergy to keep Tethys alive. And we just let these guys go, and hopefully we only have to ancient synergy one of them. I might have to do this. We have the Frenzied Swarm again. And I think we will need it to survive with Tethys. But this could be the point where we just decide, you know what, we don't care anymore. We keep Frenzied Swarm. I don't know. We've got spell weakness. We want to keep it on you. So we do this. This makes sure we can't fly to the pyre. That kills you. I don't. I think it's 3 more rounds. Kills you. Maybe it's these two guys we don't stress about at all. We just say, whatever, they're gonna make it to the pyre. And they're gonna take, I mean, they're gonna die 60, they're gonna only do 40 damage to the pyre. So we don't stress about them making it. I really would rather not use Titan's Tooth here, but I think we have to. Rage, harness the Titan. Ancient Synergy, Urchin Spines. Probably should have done that differently, but it is. We can do Urchin Spines here, just to take 20 damage instead. And I think here we just Inferno. Oh wait, no we don't. Ancient Synergy, Torch. Getting out another huge burst of damage seems good. And yeah, we just sack Tethys at this point. I guess I could have killed the top units, but I think getting extra 100 damage on Tethys is more valuable, or onto Seraph is more valuable. Definitely a lot closer than it's been. It's definitely a lot closer than it's been. Holy crap, we did it. Oh boy. Oh boy. There you go. I still think, not me, I still think the Void Binding is more consistent. I mean, this run,